Peace, everybody. Survival 101 and be back with another informative video. All right, time we deal with self-defense with small fixed blades. So this is my one of my favorite small fixed blades is the Cold Steel Mini Tac, and I modified it a little bit because one thing I like about the Cold Steel Mini Tac is Cold Steel products in general is very solid. All right. This particular one is the serrated Tonto version of the Cold Steel Mini Tac. All right, comes in AUS 8A steel, made in Taiwan. All right, nice little jumping up here. But one thing I like about this is it literally becomes an extension of your hand. You can see they have the oh man, what do you call this thing? A little sub hilt, and that's for, you know, locking it in to your hand. All right, I removed the scales on it because it was a little too slim for my liking, especially with the sub hilt. Okay, the thing with the scales is when you're slicing with it, it puts tremendous amount of pressure on your fingers and your hand to where you know it's kind of painful when you're doing strong, hard slices and slashing. Little tongue twister there. But what I did was I replaced it with electrical tape, and I wrapped it in such a way that it's almost kind of like cylindrical, so it gives your hand a better, stronger grip. Okay, and it pretty much kills that strong tension when you're slicing. Okay, now this thing is an excellent slicer, as you can see. Okay, excellent slicer. Right, excellent. Right, you don't want to get hit with something like this in between your fingers or right on your arm. And like I said, pressure slicing and pressure cuts, I did these, you know, a little while ago. Okay, you don't want something like this. You don't want this on your arms, fingers, things of that nature. Okay, this thing, and these are light slashes that I'm doing with this. Very light slashes, very light slashes. So again, this is not something that you want to, you know, get hit with. You don't want to get poked with it. This is nasty. And one thing I like about short fixed blades is, you know, people have this thing where they believe that they can just disarm a knife from somebody, you know, with some fancy technique. No knock on nobody. I'm just being truthful. This will be very hard to take out of someone's hands. All right. Again, like I said, these are light slices that I'm doing. Light. And it's destroying this tree. So you go up against somebody, they're just swinging it and waving it, and you think you're gonna, you know, take it out their hand, you're gonna have a damn serious problem. Have a serious problem. And so this is something that I always recommend, and particularly for women. Last ditch effort, you know, pull it out, be ready to use it. And again, if a man or a seller or anybody, you know, try to, you know, assault you in close quarter combat range, they're going to have a damn hard time, all right, getting this from you and defending themselves against it. Okay, how strong, how big they are. Again, you don't want nothing like this on your hand, your face, your eyes, in between your legs, all right, on your nose. You don't want nothing like this. And these serrations, man, they just rip and shred like it's nobody's business. So these are knives that I recommend. All right, I in particular like this one. You don't have to take the scales off. Again, I did. You know, even with the scales on, this still is very formidable, and nobody wants to be on the business end of this thing. So again, I don't get promoted by Cold Steel or anything. These are items that I use, that I have tested myself. Excellent items, great self-defense tools. Again, can't say enough about it. Cold Steel Mini Tac. serrated tonsil version. Y'all take care.